Hi, I'm Mark and welcome back to Pepple's Potager. So this will be my first video of the 2019 growing season, and I'm actually getting a pretty late start this year as far as the tomatoes go. I usually start them in March, but this time I am starting them in April. We took a vacation there at the beginning of April, and I figured, well, it wouldn't be a good idea to start my tomatoes because there would be nobody here to take care of it. So I am starting them late this year, probably about 4 weeks late, so that's a good bit. But I still want to grow my own tomatoes, so here we go. The tomato seeds I'll be starting here today are, of course, Cherokee Purple. They are my favorite tomatoes to grow. I'm also going to be growing the 4th of July hybrid tomatoes, which is one of my favorites as well. And I'm actually growing the mortgage lifter again this year because I grew it last year and it was such a big producer that I really wanted to grow it again. And I am going to be growing more tomatoes than this, but these are all the seeds I have right now. I have some other seeds coming in the mail, so hopefully I'll be starting them too sometime this week. But let's go ahead and get these in the trays and get them started. And the seed starting mix I'm using here today is called Jiffy. It's a natural and organic seed starting mix. I've used this before, and it's always worked pretty well for me. And as you can see, I already filled one of my trays here. And what I like to do before I put my seeds in the tray is I like to water them down a little bit and make the mix a little bit moist before I put the seeds in. And mostly that's because if you water after you put the seeds in the tray, sometimes the seeding mix will overflow and you'll lose some of your seeds. They'll fall into the bottom of the tray, and then you won't get as many plants that way because your seeds rolled underneath or over the top of the tray. So let's go ahead and water the trays here a little bit. Okay, so I finished watering the seeding tray, and one thing you want to make sure is to dump off all the excess water in the bottom of the tray before you start. So I've already done that, and now I am ready to put my Cherokee Purple seeds in. I've already labeled one of the markers here, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Alright, so all I'm going to do is just add 1 or 2 Cherokee Purple seeds per cell all the way down. And now all I'm going to do is go back and gently push the seeds down into the seeding mix just like that. Just enough to cover the seeds. And I have at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cells of Cherokee Purple, so that should get me about 30 plants altogether. And some of these I may be giving away, or I might even sell a few of them, who knows. Alright, so I went ahead and I put the rest of the seeds in the tray, and as you can see, I got my Cherokee Purples there, the mortgage lifters there, and the 4th of July's there. And as you know, I've said it before, the Cherokee Purples are one of my favorites. And also the mortgage lifter is a very prolific heirloom tomato, and I grew it last year and it did phenomenally well for me. I probably got more tomatoes off of that than it did anything else, and well, with the exception of the 4th of July tomato. The 4th of July tomato is one of my favorite hybrids, and I've been growing that every year for the past 4 years or more, and it produces small 4-ounce tomatoes, and they are very prolific. So these are the tomatoes I have started here today. I am going to be starting more tomatoes maybe later in the week. I have some other tomatoes that I want to put in seed trays. One of them is a purple cherry tomato, and one of them is called Atlas, and that is a beefsteak tomato that you can supposedly grow on your patio. So I'm looking forward to starting those here within the next week or so. So if you enjoyed the video, please come back and give me a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.